on the thing. Richard Dart with the game, we no fear it. Pulsechain and rise, I'm in number full of speed. HEX Pulschain, we stop them in on the Rolex. Incentive token, palm like diamond, big no flex. It's a Richard Dart that run the crypto scene. NCC, I try to test, but we mash up the scheme. Pulsechain, a bubble every dribble, make it clean. Expand the rise, my bank account looking mean. Lamborghini doors, them a fly like bird. World's largest diamond, palm wrist, that's my word. Rolex for me and every tick, every top. Me invest in the best, nobody watch the stock. Richard Dart with the king, we no fear it. Pulsechain and rise, I'm in Lambo full of speed. HEX Pulschain, we stop them in my Rolex. Incentive token, palm like diamond, big no flex. No walk through the streets, no well car hide. Pulsechain at the future, at that we are right. Richard Dart lead the way, SSC just stop the pride. My chain, heavy, my success can't deny. We make the crypto world bow down, pay respect. Pulsechain at the move, it's a global project. Incentive token, pay my big checks, me collect. The Lambo them a roll out cash. Richard Dart with the king, we no fear it. Pulsechain and rise, I'm in Lambo full of speed. HEX Pulschain, we stop them in my Rolex. Incentive token, palm like diamond, big no flex. Me say the future bright, me not take no loss. Richard Dart mash up the SOC, them not the boss. HEX pa my mind, every dollar me cost. Pulsechain for the people, we never double cross. Rolex pa my wrist, diamonds them a clean. Lambo them a line up like a royal team. Biggest diamond in the world, my vision like a dream. Richard Dart a lead the way, the kid Richard Dart with the team, we no fear no it. Pulsechain and rise, I'm in Lambo full of speed. HEX Pulschain, we stop them in my Rolex. Incentive token, palm like diamond, big no flex. We said the future bright, me not take no loss. Richard Dart mash up the SOC, them not the boss. HEX pa my mind, every dollar me toss. Pulsechain for the people, we never double cross. Rolex pa my wrist, diamonds them a gleam. Lambo them a line up like a royal team. Biggest diamond in the world, my vision like a dream. Richard Dart a lead the way, the kid real short round with the king, we no fear no it. Pulsechain and rise, I'm in Lambo full of speed. HEX Pulschain, we stop them in my Rolex. Incentive token, palm like dash, my fly high. For real, we are the dance, the crypto kings. Richard Dart a lead, with the top of the things. Richard Dart a lead, with the top of the things.
Where is our founder, Richard Hart?
What the hex is you guys talking about?
What the hex is going on, ladies and gentlemen?
Different. There is now a member of the European Parliament from France who does not think the U.S. represents the values of the Statue of Liberty anymore. They want the Statue of Liberty back. So is President Trump going to send the Statue of Liberty back to France?
Absolutely not. And my advice to that unnamed low-level French politician would be to remind them that it's only because of the United States of America that the French are not speaking German right now. So they should be very grateful to our great country.
With that being said, how about some positive news, guys?
Waiting.
Bro, we had the
Man, I tell you what, it's like 5 years, 5 years of uptime, right?
Sentiment.
Think about it, 5 years of uptime.
What the hex is going on?
What the pDAI, right?
What the actual fuck?
Woof! So where do we begin?
We begin with a young Peter
today's
who grew up He grew up in Slovakia as a young Slovak, and he waited all his life for a day when he could do a victory lap and just depress us all with his analysis of "I told you so"s.
Yes,
yeah,
it's
and
gonna be the
by the
"Don't
way,
told you so" show.
Toby, how is the Head and Shoulders treating you? I mean,
we also call it
right?
the Head and Shoulders.
Yeah.
Oh no! This is funny like a root canal is funny.
So I've been to the dentist today. I had like a 2-hour ordeal, torture.
What was more painful, the chart or the?
It was actually a relief from the charts, I have to say, but it wasn't the nicest
DJ.
experience. Yes.
DJ, so you know, there's this stigma. I mean, everyone knows there's countless jokes on The Simpsons were made in the 80s and 90s. I mean, when you sit in a dentist chair, they put like a lie detector like on you and open your mouth. They know where and how often and what implements you've used to clean your teeth. I can't imagine what a dentist sounds like in Germany. Is it something like, "Have you been flossing every day, Mr. DJ?"
Yes,
and you say, "Yeah, I've been flossing every day, Herr Doctor." And the doctor says, "Why do you make my office into a house of lies?" Just like the Simpsons character. Yeah.
Right. No, I actually have a very nice lady dentist, but she's from Eastern
That
Europe.
was my lady impression.
So she speaks like Peter with a slight accent.
Does she have big boobs? So when
Yes.
she, okay. All
That's
right.
why I always, before I get the cleaning, I eat a lot of the Oreo cookies.
Oh boy. So the thing is, though, our show is on Thursdays, right?
Today, yes.
So we only come on a Thursday, but all the crazy shit in this community is happening
Happens on Wednesday night,
on Fridays and Saturdays. So by the time we
For
come
now.
on, the dust always has settled and we're just sifting through the ashes here. That's what it feels like.
we pick up the patient, we
I
patch
made a
him up,
list
and we push him.
of all the shit that happened since last Friday, and this
And
is
I'm sneezing at you.
this alone would be a 2-hour stream. I don't know, man. This is wild.
It's time to
Once
get
does
out
the
the
list have?
tissue.
Well, there's 3 major events which we should cover. One is the Aunt Carol, the Christmas Carol.
That bitch.
Then the OA has restaked. The 30-day stakes came liquid,
Wow,
and he
all of
built a
this.
10-year staking ladder. And then, of course, it's the whole saga of pDAI and Atropa and Sami
pDAI saga.
and all that.
That's some
So,
content right there.
that's the content for today. So, Peter, where should we? Or shall we check
Now
the
you
chat first?
it's your show. You tell me.
Oh, it's my
what
show
you
now.
what you think.
You can have it.
You can have it.
Take
yeah.
it all. Take it.
So if it's my show, then I'll say we check chat first. So let's say hi. Who is here? Avalon. You know, rain or shine, our loyal audience is with us. Hex on air, close second. Metallic Elmo checking. Elmo has been in Vegas, by the way, at the Pulse.
Wow.
We should get Elmo on the show too.
Okay.
Talk about that. Dejan
Elmo.
Dougie checking in with the When Bobs.
The bobs are at the dental office.
Yes, at the dentist. Tam checking in. Good to see you. Crypto Butler is here. This should be good. I don't know, man. This is we're at the apps of.
You have no expectations of
Yeah.
the comedy of anybody.
And then Angry Salad Man, also loyal listener, replay gang. I'm here for Peter's positivity. I like that.
You don't know him very well.
Yeah, Rigged Squirrel in the house. You guys have been on fire. Thank you. We're trying to maintain. We're just maintaining here. We got a Wookiee on the chain.
Yay.
And Alan Fizeme, who, at least for a month, was a what the heck Supra member. I don't know if he still is, but
Our first
oh
and
yeah,
only.
looks like he still is. So salute to you.
All right.
And Raymond is back again. So that's a live crowd. We got 100 people at the gate watching us live already. We're one of the few OG shows left, right?
Oh yeah.
There's
only
nobody on the record.
pure
There's
ones.
Maddie.
Not
We
not
say that every
talking
year.
about fucking scams and shitcoins.
Let's go there, Peter.
Peter.
How's your week been, Peter, with the pDAI
Awesome,
and the
awesome,
Atropa?
because I was right. I
Oh,
called
man.
the top.
On the day.
Peter, wait, hold on. Before we unleash the Peter, you know that we don't take victory laps for
No.
for
No, we
the pain
dance
of
the
others.
graves.
Yeah, okay. So you're gonna hear, ladies and gentlemen, please listen to this program with a healthy like stick like cotton in your ears, because we promote positivity and getting through all the slogs of the bear markets together. We've done this for years, and now we're going to unleash Peter, who wants to take his victory laps for the pain that people are presently going through.
It's not a victory lap. It's just common fucking sense.
Okay, please. The mic is yours, Peter. Educate us.
Well, for me, there is nothing to educate about, because it's clear as a day that if you support some bullshit that's flawed, it will end in a disaster. If you support any fucking third-party products, it will end in a disaster. It always has for the past, how many years? Since like
Five
or six
5
years.
years.
Somewhere
5
there.
years flawless uptime.
So why is it the question? And now every single OG, even Johnny Chaos made a shit coin. Did
he?
Right?
Johnny Chaos, that's another topic that happened. You see so many things happen. Let me
So
pull
much
this up.
bullshit. And I mean, it's so simple. Buy RH tokens and be happy. That's all you have to do. But no, you have to buy scams. You have to buy some tax tokens, all other bullshit. And yeah, it's nice to see people react, and they deserve it. And all the influencers, fuck Somi, by the way, fuck that retard. He's so retarded. I can't even it's hard to put into words how retarded that person is.
But that's my problem with it
Fuck
right
Mary
now.
Ellen. Fuck that guy. Fuck him especially. And
Wow.
Richard Hart. By the way, fuck Richard Hart.
Wait a minute. Wait, you're gonna have
He
to qualify.
posted
That's a strong language there.
7 times. Like
Peter,
an
Peter,
idiot.
Peter,
Like
Peter.
biggest
Whoa,
idiot.
whoa.
Them all.
Whoa.
Fuck you, Rich. If you listen to this, please.
Of
Fuck
course he
you.
is.
And then you should, if you someday try to come back, please fucking apologize for your behavior. Okay? Just the true Richard Hart apology. I would fucking love it. That's all I ask. Nothing
Out of the
more.
Survive book.
Jesus Christ. Yes, except that one.
That one.
Yes, please,
Peter,
please.
Peter, you're okay. So
Jesus Christ.
all right. You've painted a big smear on the wall. Can you smooth it out and give us the rest of the picture? Why are you so agitated about Somi, Matty Allen, and Richard? What's this harboring frustration that you have? And
Well,
have you seen clinical help? Yeah, go ahead.
Stop.
Well, I
Get
would
some
need
help.
Well, maybe let's start with Richard. He knows that it's bullshit.
Yes.
All that narrative.
What's it? What's the it you're talking about?
The
paganing.
the
paganing.
The paganing. Oh, let's make a stable coin that's blah blah blah, and all this other bullshit. Like there is so much narrative around pDAI.
Yes.
I don't know what kind of schizophrenic person made that up, but it's horrible. It's horrible. Flash loans testing, blah blah blah. We're testing, and millions were extracted from Pulsechain, but don't worry, guys. It's just testing. It's just testing. Damn. You will be rich soon. Yeah. Okay. Don't worry. It's just testing. You retards. It's just testing. Fucking hell.
Okay, but what?
Give those addresses all the money. Mortgage your houses. Buy pDAI. Give them your money. It's just testing. Don't worry about it. Okay.
Who said this? Who said mortgage your house and buy pDAI?
I'm saying it. And Michael Saylor.
You're saying it,
Michael Saylor.
What character
And Peter
are you
McCormick.
playing?
I'm a pDAI Michael Saylor, okay?
Well, we went over the whole
it's
pDAI
horrible.
packaging narrative by Decentralized
Jesus
Me and
Christ.
9 Iron and like the 9 Iron.
Decentralized Me, he disappeared. He took 100K for some marketing campaign.
Yeah, he did.
And
He
disappeared.
took some money.
Jesus Christ, that's...
And now Somi
Please, someone
stole,
give me 100K so I can disappear.
Somi stole Mariah's aunt's rifles in Kentucky. And that's the... Not only does this shit not work as they said it would, now they are infuming it with, like, is that a word? With some real conspiracy shit. Like the CIA and the KGB are spreading chemical warfare around deaf Mariah's aunt's house.
Hey, wait! I see Brizology in the chat. He wants to be quoted correctly. He said, "Mortgage your house to buy
Yes,
pDAI."
exactly. Please,
Yes,
someone.
not your car.
If you believe that there is some pDAI pegging, please mortgage your house.
Hey, give Briz the link just in case.
Right.
If any way he can come on, I don't know.
We have a super chat. Thank you for the
Hey!
$5 Canadian. Peter
Huh?
says, fuck you and fuck you. You get a fuck you and you get a fuck you.
What was that? What was that super
Oprah.
chat? Read that thing.
Good texture has the rifles. Exactly.
Do you guys
my
know,
man.
like, do you guys understand how bad it is for the whole ecosystem, for like everyone?
No, that's what I don't understand. The thing is, I tried before the show, I tried to like really research what is the latest narrative so I can come on here and give an intelligent and educated opinion as an influencer or whatever I am in this community. And I couldn't.
Right in the head. Made up a story
for the
that
life of me, I could not catch up onto this is moving so fast, it's developing so fast. Like the haters say, there's millions being extracted from the chain.
It's on the chain.
But the other guys who are
look at the fucking addresses. They take out money.
But if I look at the Go Pulse bridge thing, it doesn't really show that. And then the other guys who are for pDAI, they say, yeah, it is to do something with the maker contract.
The pDAI people are all retarded. I don't fucking care about them. All of them. If you have ever seen a person talking on a stream about something good about pDAI, he's fucking retarded. I'm sorry. if he was some good established guy while Hex was doing fine, and now he's talking about pDAI, he's still fucking scumbag, retarded, and I know just the words fucking scumbag, retarded, and piece of shit. That's how I express myself right now.
Right. So we're going to take a brief intermission because one of our mystery guests has just shown up in the green room.
What?
Friend of the show, Mr. Nuclear Herd.
Wow! Welcome.
Now I have
Hey everybody, how are you?
Hey,
Hello.
we're having fun up here. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. Yeah, I guess
I'm doing a show.
Yeah, I just sorry, I was delayed because I had to go get my I had to go get interrogated, which is the medical term for having my device read. So they didn't do any upgrades.
Ways of making you talk.
Yes, I was asking him, like, maybe I could just turn this thing around and use it to shock other people on demand. Like whenever I give somebody a handshake, I shock them instead of it shocking me. But they won't do that.
Joy buzzer.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, maybe I could use use it to turn the thermostat up and down, like when my wife changes it. But nothing useful. Just trying to keep me alive, I guess. That's all. They figure that's all it needs.
I thought that maybe they could turn it around so you can validate more pulse.
Yeah, I'd like that. Wouldn't that be cool to actually use it as a hard wallet at some point?
Oh, it's a heart wallet, so to speak.
Hard wallet. Oh, I like it. That's cool.
Yes,
Yeah.
there you go.
I like it. Good play. Good play on words.
Nice. It's so
What I
wonderful to
missed?
have you here. Thank you for showing up.
Yes, thank you for showing up. That's
yes.
Thanks for inviting me again. Sorry I couldn't be more definitive on when I was going to get back. I just didn't know.
It's like an old comfy couch. If you ever drop by, just overdose and sack out on it anytime.
Nice, thanks.
Yes, we're in our own opium den now, in our delusional friendship of wreckage, and we're this is the next day of all sorts of shit breaking loose. It seems, like 5-hour spaces, dueling 5-hour spaces that are trying to make sense of the whole thing, and then we have grouchy Peter who always had a bone to pick about pDAI, and you just came and kind of calmed everything down by being here. So maybe we can switch the topic for just a moment. And Nuclear Herbs, we're happy that you got your interrogation. Is everything okay with your symbiotic life form implants?
Apparently so. Yeah, they phrase that as no events recorded, so that's a good thing, I guess.
Oh, that's a good.
I mean, I did go to an event like a couple, 2 weeks ago, but apparently that doesn't count. So
that's an event. I get it.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Well, that's good. Our favorite cyborg is here. And then I guess we should DJ. Don't you think we should move on to the stuff that's the ground that's been tranched on for the last week already?
We thought, the legal stuff would have everything that we've been talking about this week, but 10 as it is in Pulsechain ecosystem, 10 other things have happened. So let's switch to that. We got another super chat. Let me highlight that real quick before we move on. Man, you guys are so generous today. Thank you. Come on, guys, cheer up. We're cheering up. Best time to buy the Titanic is when it has a huge hole.
This is me cheering up, by the way.
Buy the effing hilarious. So Aunt Carol, last week on Friday, let me share the court docket, which I'm refreshing. I'm sure
please.
It's never going the way, right?
Yeah,
I'm sure you do as well.
Rest assured, we're going to try to find a different angle on this conversation that you haven't experienced already, somehow to keep it fresh and interesting.
Well, you know what? Right now, as we're having this stream, as we're talking right now, the crypto commissioners at the SEC, or the commissioners at the SEC, are having their weekly closed door meeting.
Door meeting, yes.
They may or may not be talking about Richard, but if we put it out there, maybe we can, our collective energy can get them to have that discussion.
The hive mind, yeah.
Figure out what figure out how retarded continuing on this would be.
Telekinesis. I'm just gonna
sorry, I have to intervene. Tom Peter Gillespie is watching from X.
What?
Whoa!
Are
you all starstruck about that, Peter?
Bugger. Yes.
Thank you.
Shout out to the Down Under crew. So what we seen last Friday, just to ring in the weekend, as it happens on a Friday, the other side, the SEC, handed in a request for more time so they could amend their claim, and then on March 17th, which I believe was Monday, Judge Carroll said that she's thinking about it, but has not yet granted that extension. Is that correct so far?
Nope, you got it entirely wrong.
Okay, perfect. That's why we have you on the show. You see?
Yeah. Okay, let's start with the premise that that they're going to file an amended complaint. We haven't seen anything from them saying that they actually are. So they just wanted some additional time to analyze the ass kicking they got and figure out whether or not they can fix any part of it and save their complaint. Second part of that is the judge did give them she did grant the request until April 21st.
So that's granted. Okay.
That is granted. However, if you want my just complete speculation on this is my guess. I mean, they came out with the ruling on February 28th or something like that. There really, there wasn't I seriously doubt there was enough time to get it, analyzed and on the commissioner meeting for the following week or even the following 2 weeks. So my guess is that they asked the court for additional time. So if this has to be something that's decided by the commissioners, yes, we should amend and try to move forward with this case, or no, we shouldn't, we should just let it go. That would have to be a commissioner meeting. And that, since it only happens once a week and can go to vote only once a week, I think we're kind of bound by that schedule. And I think the court probably thought the same thing, like, fine, let's give them some time to review it and pitch it to the commissioners one way or the other. I don't really believe that they're going in there saying, "Oh shit, yeah, we can win this thing. We can draft a complaint correctly this time, guys. Trust us, we won't let the intern do it this time." I really don't think that's the pitch. I think they're going to walk in there just like I would walk into my client and say, "Listen, the judge just handed us our ass for these 13 reasons. I maybe can find a way to fix 2 of them, but that doesn't mean that it's worth even trying." So if they're being honest with their bosses, and I'm sure they are, because all their bosses are attorneys too. Mark's an attorney, Hester's an attorney. They all understand what goes on in court and what judges mean when they say things. So this ruling doesn't leave a lot in doubt. Like this is a super high hurdle to get over. So if they're being honest with the commissioners, they're probably saying something along the lines of, "Yeah, we took a look at it. We sent out subpoenas. We got answers back. We didn't get anything new that we could use to amend this complaint. Not sure it's going to work. So why don't we just have a talk with Richard's team and work this out," or whatever, something along those lines. And maybe maybe they want to pitch it. Maybe they want to, have a conversation with Richard's team and say, well, we're still thinking about it, or we can just walk and, sign something and you guys can be free of us forever.
So you see a chance actually for an out of court settling happening during this?
It's possible. I mean, it's always possible, but Richard's team does talk about, like, in the letter, they do say that Richard's team wanted to have a meeting over at the SEC. So who knows what that? They didn't bother to tell us what that agenda was going to be, or it wouldn't even be proper for them.
That is the one point where I'm struggling a bit with the timeline, because I think you also posted this last Friday or Saturday, that SEC letter, and that was then issued on the court documents, and said, "This just came out. I haven't had a chance yet to read it properly, but I think you posted that." And then on page 2, it has already included a response from Richard's team.
Yes,
where they
and
said,
they're
"No,
generally
you had 400 days to get your act
Right.
together. Why start now?" Sort of a response. So are we, the public, sort of hearing this last? And has this then been going back and forth already all week long? Or
Yeah, here's how that process actually works. Like, counsel gets on the phone with other counsel. SEC probably called them up and said, "Hey, we're not going to get this done, and we don't have the ability to even get an answer from our bureaucratic, machine in 20 days. So we want an extension." And Richard R's team said, "No." And they said,
that sound effect. Exactly.
Yeah, we're gonna file a if you don't grant us an extension, we're gonna ask the court for one. And Richard seems like, yeah, whatever, go right ahead. And in those types of filings, you generally are required by most courts, not all. I mean, every court does it kind of differently. But if you have an opposed motion that you want to file, you kind of generally have to put in a statement from the other side verbatim. So, the call probably went like, "Okay, well, if you're going to oppose this, send me the statement you want us to include in our letter motion to the court, and we'll include it." And then that's what happens. And then the SEC just puts it in there. They can't change it. It has to go in exactly the way it came across in the email. And then it gets filed with the court. So court knows the positions of both parties, and they don't have to wait for, the typical motion time frame to review, for Richard to file a response. If they file a regular motion, you're looking at, like a 15-day response time by Richard. And there was a deadline here, so it makes more sense for them to take this process by filing a letter with Richard's position already stated in it, and so the judge knows exactly where both sides are. So that's kind of how it works.
Okay, cool. So here we are then. Here we're stuck. We now have to wait another month until 20th of April, which I believe is the new deadline, for then to see an amended complaint, which should kind of tackle the issue of jurisdiction, which, as we already discussed on Twitter, would seem very hard.
Yeah, there's a couple of possibilities. I mean, they could have the commissioner meeting, and they could both decide that, or the commissioners could take a vote and say we're not moving forward with this. In which case, we would find out earlier, because they're not going to make the judge wait on that answer. They're just going to, wave the white flag, file something, saying that they're not going to file something, and we're done. That's the best possible scenario.
Yes.
The second best possible scenario is we wait till the 20th of April, and when we find out whether or not they actually file an amended complaint. And I still don't see them getting over that giant hurdle, because they're not going to have any new facts towards jurisdiction that they didn't already have. I mean, they've got to have facts have to be during the time frame. So unless they,
I thought that they mentioned that they had newfound facts through the actual, ever since the complaint was filed.
Yeah.
Since then, they have had new discoveries. They cited that on the request, didn't they?
I think they said that they were going to look through. I don't think they actually mentioned anything, and I certainly don't think they named one single fact. If they had this information, like, why hide it from the judge during the hearing when she's asking about it, right? So if they had,
to me, this is such I mean, it's affecting us, of course, and you see it in the charts, but
it's priced in, I think.
It's still like a nothing burger, because the judge, to me, went through 6 pages long why there has been no jurisdiction. Like, he's living in Finland. There has been, during the offerings period, no payments taken in the US from American.
Right.
Just having a website about it. Then his appearance at the conferences was after the offering, not during the offerings period, which would have been problematic. All these things. And these things are true. Like, that is not...
Yeah, they're undisputed facts.
That is undisputed.
Wait. Nuclear Herbs, is your heart ringing, or is it Peter's fucking phone?
It's the pacemaker.
Oh, you know what? I told you in private message, like, what my deal is right now. So this is just dealing with all of that shit. So
no problem. Okay, yeah, please if that's an alarm that you should stop stressing over legal stuff, please don't. Okay, we don't want to risk you having any kind of massive stress level a hike that your beeper goes off and says stop it. We don't need that.
Yeah, no, nothing like that. I have to deal with a bank in Virginia. So, and that's no fun, because they're about to close soon. So give me 5 minutes here, and hang out whatever questions, and I'll go answer this person.
Right on. In the meantime, we have a super chat that we got. Another one. It looks like Paladin seems to have oodles of money to throw at us.
He's minted some pDAI.
I think that we're going to have to start, taking off clothing and starting to shake our money makers if this is the type of super chats that we're going to make. Let's see. Paladin says, Papa Boner is a genius. That's all I need to say. That's it.
Yeah. Who cares what the rest of it says, right?
Yeah, the rest of it's irrelevant. But if we must read it out of respect for somebody who throws us $20 United States dollars, well, so what better way to finally be done with explaining to the world how to secure your crypto than to exploit the chain and bring all balances to zero. Finally, the phone stopped ringing, lol. So basically, he's saying it's my fault. There is a new, everybody, just in case you haven't heard already, there is a new exploit that's hitting soft wallets, browser-based extension wallets. Again, it wasn't enough that we had the Mars Stealer invariants that never went away. Now we've got the Stellaci Rat. And in case you guys aren't Godfather fans, Stellaci is one of the 5 family members that Michael Corleone assassinates at the end of The Godfather Part 1.
Oh,
Jesus.
Okay, so this person is out there saying, all right, this could either be one of 5 major waves of exploits, or it could be a message that, you stood up against power, and I'm going to cull you now and steal all your crypto.
Jeez.
Michael Corleone says hello, so to speak.
Why is the CIA doing this?
Yeah, exactly. No. It's the CIA. It's the sitting president, and it's Mossad. Didn't you read the JFK files?
No, I haven't had a chance yet. So I'm gonna have that AI summarize that shit for me. I don't have time for that.
No, but this one is targeting.
I'm waiting for Alex Jones to interpret the JFK files. That's gonna be
there you go.
But I've got the article up here. It's targeting all the popular wallets. So how can you protect yourself from that?
Hardware wallet and Rabby is not on this list. Rabby is a front end. It's not on this list. But even if it were on this list, the exploit is not able to outsmart you using your hardware wallet with a passphrase.
Yes.
May I make myself abundantly clear again, please? Hardware wallet, I like Trezor. You can like whatever the fuck you want, but as long as you're incorporating one with a passphrase, all of this stuff is like water off a duck's back, okay? But people that insist on carrying, sizable amounts of money, and I mean sizable amounts, meaning anything you can imagine losing that you value in your wallet that could 10, 100x later on, think of that sitting in your fucking, soft wallet on your fucking phone. And, here's another reason not to.
Jeez.
And that's it.
That's it.
Hey, tell you what, guys, let me drop me back in the green room, and I'll see if I can handle this business. And it shouldn't take more than 10 minutes. Something like that.
Yes.
Sure.
I'll let you know when I get back.
Well, we got to. Okay, we'll divert the show back to Peter's rate.
What?
Peter, I hear
the best investment. Sell mortgage your house and buy pDAI.
Let's get back to that. So Freedom 777 completely summarized perfectly summarized the sentiment to me in the community. He says, to be completely honest, Richard's talking about Teslas. Mariah said Zombie is stealing rifles in Kentucky and part of the pDAI team. Bretabs has been silent, and the entire Pulsechain community is in full meltdown mode over pDAI and losing their minds.
Not the entire.
You couldn't make all this up. If you tried, someone has to make a documentary about all of this one day.
Don't be Gillespie, please. Next.
If only we had a documentarian in our chat.
Exactly. Tom Gillespie, get on it.
Tom Gillespie, save us. Save us from ourselves.
Got Crispy checking in. Speaking of Crispy,
the
other story, of course, which we haven't touched on yet. Where is my bloody tweet? Hold on. Here is it.
Oh, Brizology wants to know, how did the exploit steal your money? What do I have to do to get my money stolen? Okay, so you have to use any of those. I mean, there's a short abridged list of soft wallets, browser-based extension wallets. This is your MetaMask, which is on that list, by the way. And various others like what else was on there? Phantom Wallet was on there. So all those beautiful people over on that chain that use it for swapping memes and shit, that is also on the list. So what you have to do is simply use that and then go to any number of exploited websites, and you get the Trojan. And the Trojan is, I mean, you can look at it. I'll send up something in more detail. It's pretty simple. That it's nothing new. That this allows. I'm positive that it's another variant that captures the seed store file, which is so easy to capture. I mean, it's in the same place, installed by all of these forks of the same fucking code. It's like nobody's ever improved this. They all encrypt it, and then to decrypt it, for you to do it without a token, it's a password. The password decrypts this stuff. So you basically get something now that's a little bit creepier. I believe that this hits you on when you actually go to approve through that thing. It's already infected, and it diverts it to the attacker's wallet. Can it actually yet do things without you approving things? That remains to be seen. It doesn't seem so. It means that it needs you to interact with that soft wallet. But I don't know enough yet. I'm really interested in it. And I just saw it this morning, which is like an hour or a day later than it was published, because I'm over here in Hawaii. But how's this? Don't wait for anybody to describe the episode to you. Get the fucking money off of your soft wallet and onto a fucking hardware wallet.
Again,
the Trezor Model T supports Solana. If you have any stupid things off playing stupid games, hoping to bring that back and buy more of the RH core tokens that all my friends swear to me that that's their plan, then get those onto a Solana wallet within the Trezor suite that you can activate in about 10 seconds. Just send it all there and wait until we find out what the exploit's about. Use Rabby as your interface. It's not on the list. And then just hang on. There shouldn't be any reason to be. I mean, you're going to be trading the down cycle right now. Is that what you're going to go do? You're going to just stay.
I mean, someone has to do someone has to make a new low.
So Tom Gillespie says he's happy to tackle that, and we would be happy to play a cameo situation in that.
I can be.
Yes,
Peter,
yes.
Peter's the main act.
Just interview Peter at the end.
I can call people retards.
Oh, Breetab has not been silent. Yeah, that's very true. Let me show that real quick, because I wasn't too happy about that tweet. So,
another reason to have an angry
hamster. The best developer in
Pulsechain. So he goes for the unintelligent. Like, what is that? Is that how you start? Because people have been asking him if all this is an issue and if it's a minting deflation bug. And
he's like, listen, retard.
Can it hurt the chain?
It's an inflation bug.
Which I think is valid. Why not ask him? He put himself out there as someone to be asked, so people are gonna ask him. And then he goes, for the unintelligent, I don't usually directly mention other tokens. It's not my job to do research into tokens for you. I don't work for you. I'm a developer, not a researcher. He's right. But still, do you ask Vitalik Buterin or his developers comments on tokens? Yes, we do. Just say something. Or say nothing at all. This is not helping.
If you can't say something nice, don't say something at all.
Exactly. Back to this story. Peter, what do you make of this? So the OA 30-day stakes has become...
It's a great... I mean, can you share for a second my screen?
Your screen.
I hope I did.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I mean...
tires. Oh, is that just
No. Just the first sentence. If
everyone should post their best sales pitch.
Sales pitch for Pulse,
yes.
Pulse, and Hex.
Yes.
I mean, Hex had one sales pitch, pretty good one.
Yes, very good.
Right now,
yes.
I mean, let's say, I don't know, let's brainstorm. The owner, the founder has staked all of his coins, so you can earn less than in a bank. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I think good welcome to Pulsechain. We love you.
We love
the
you.
board. That's it.
I told you in the green room, I received an advertisement from my personal bank this morning who offered me 6% APR on a CD product.
But if the price makes 10,000
I was like, wow,
but for 90 days. For 90 days.
Better than Hex at the moment.
But it's 90 days long, DJ.
Yeah, it's whatever. But it's a funny.
You know, the problem was
line.
The rolling stakes dumping the price, not pDAI extracting all the value. The rolling stakes and the ink inflation. Don't you understand, Papa B? DJ.
No, I don't. I'm an idiot.
The inflation of Hex was so massive it dumped the whole system.
Yes. We got 250 people watching live. Smash the likes.
Jesus.
So if you're living under a rock, the situation is now that 60% of the OA bags had been staked already Quattro Cinco, and there was a remaining 40%, which we thought would remain 30-day rolling for the time being. But no, the OA has now built a 10-year staking ladder that you can see here on screen with equal amounts coming out every 2 years. So
yeah,
it's a nice staking ladder. It's a dream wallet.
Should update the hex.com main page, by the way, Richard.
It's a dream wallet.
You were so frustrated with Richard at the beginning of this thing, but you didn't qualify it with why, Peter. I'm still very curious
because he kind of acts like a big fucking asshole, and he's fat.
Jesus Christ! Tell us what you really think. Can you leave all the expletives out?
No, it's not possible.
Can you extract some kind of logic as to why you're feeling such frustration with our leader?
Let's look at this way. There is some bullshit going on your fucking chain. People are dumping your coins to buy the bullshit, and then value gets extracted from your chain, and you post seven times the chart of that fucking bullshit. And you know it's bullshit. That's the great thing about it. It's so entertaining. You know it's bullshit, and you post the chart because you're so desperate because there is no chart that looks better. I don't know. I mean that's kind of fucked up.
And then you let the narrative.
It's misleading, and then don't speak out against the narrative that's been spun with his name.
Let's make the world a better place by how?
But hold on a second.
Richard, tell me how.
Peter, do you think that he went against his attorney's better orders to keep out of everything?
Problem. I don't think he wanted to be in a bigger mess than. I get that.
Yeah.
Where's the will? There's a way. Don't remember that. Where's the will, there's a way.
I mean, he could. What? So you wanted him to publish like 6 months ago? Thought experiment. What if somebody were to create a token and put my name on it and say,
that would be a great thought experiment.
He's done that before. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Or send Britep.
Yeah,
let him say that shit.
Send pigeons. I don't know. I don't care.
Okay.
Draw a line in the sand. But here we are.
Here we are. Let's deal with this shit. I mean,
we can wait. Like
it can only go to 0. It can peg at 0, by the way.
All right. So hold on a second, because there are some things in the chat.
Yes.
Okay. Nuclear Herbs is back. Thank God, to save us from ourselves. Yeah. So anyway, Nuclear Herbs, you're back. You've got everything done. You're all ship shape, and you got a very positive attitude about everything which we love.
At least for here. Yeah, I gotta go I really need to drive 2,000 miles and put my foot in some banker's ass right now. But I'm not gonna make that happen today.
Yeah,
so.
The joys of private banking.
But can you give us worst and best case scenario just on the time frame of this bureaucracy?
Yep.
For example, give us a worst and best estimate on the steps in the process so people don't shout, "Oh, it's gonna end in 30 days. Did you hear? We're gonna be free in 30 days, and then everything will go up because of that." Can you just give us the reality of that situation? Because I don't trust bureaucracies at all not to be bureaucratic. So go ahead. Tell us.
Yeah. All right. Let's start with the best case scenario, because that's what I want to focus on in the first place. First, the commissioners vote to not pursue this thing, and we wrap it up, and they file something saying they're not pursuing it, and that could happen anytime between now and 30. Okay, so that's best case scenario. Second best case scenario is they blow the deadline on when they decide not to file on that day, and then it gets dismissed automatically. Hey, Toby. So third best case scenario, which is starting to not be the best case anymore, is that they file an amended complaint and try to save it. That gets looked at by Richard's team, and they may file a motion to dismiss it again if the SEC doesn't comply with basically fix all the giant problems they had in the last one. But the good news on that is, even if that happens, that is a much more expedited process. You're not going to see any of this 8-month bullshit to brief up a filing. I mean, that would be filed. They wouldn't request any additional time to, they're not going to, they'd oppose any additional SEC time. So you'd see a typical, what we call it in basically regular order, regular briefing, is you'd see it briefed up fully in about a month, maybe a month and a half. And the court does not have to set oral argument if it doesn't want to, if it doesn't think it's necessary. So you can just rule straight up on the pleadings. So that would be the third best case scenario, is that, they do a shitty job again, judge dismisses it, doesn't give them another opportunity, enters final judgment. And, anything other than that, I don't even want to talk about. So too many undefined variables.
Yeah. Because I was worried that they could amend in a really bad way, but still they could amend, they could file, they could say, we believe this with a straight face, that Richard is a poo-poo head and he didn't share his Egg McMuffin with me. So we're going to go that route. And then the judge is going to say, well, okay, I need some time to read this and digest it. 7 months later, the judge says, no, it's denied. And then the SEC says, fine, appeal.
Yeah, no, that's not going to happen. Like it's not going to work that way. It's Richard's next. It's one, if the FCC does file an amended complaint, Richard's team gets to make the next move, not the judge. So Richard's team would basically point out in detail, excruciating detail, how badly they fucked up this one as well, and how much they didn't comply with the court's order, and ask the court to re-dismiss it and enter that final judgment immediately, because there's no reason to give them a third shot. So,
okay.
Awesome.
We got another super chat from Alan Fizamay.
Yeah, really? Alan Fizamay calling in the TA with Toby.
Ellen,
right.
Ellen, where do you get the money from? Did you sell all your pDAI or what? Are you minting pDAI?
He's minting it. Minting and bridging. That's how it's done.
He's washing it right through our show.
A question from Orion, who says, we can't really claim 38% returns anymore. Well, as we covered on 1 or 2 episodes ago, there is a fucked up way that Huddle Dog worked out. If the price appreciates threefold from here, and you stake a minimum of 7 to 8 years, then it's still kind of sort of.
It's going to be a big redesign on the postcards.
But it's yes.
we're just shipping out lick and stick labels that goes over the 38.
There you go. Yeah. Just scratch out the 8 or whatever.
It takes a bit longer paragraph.
Put in a decimal point on the left-hand side of the 3.
It should say some APR. Not numbers. Some.
We don't know exactly, but some. It's going to be fine. Let's put it that. All right, Toby, welcome to the stream, man. What a week since we got Nuclear Herbs on. Have you got, before we do the TA, any legal question?
Any legal advice?
Really answer the TA.
Did I? Yeah, he's going to dip. He's not going to hang out for this bullshit.
No,
he's got better things to do. Yeah, I know how it goes, Herbs. It's all good, bro.
Well played, sir. Well played.
Yeah, I got nothing. I mean, I think you guys covered it very well. I mean, it's speculation. It's kind of like my charts coming up. It's speculation on speculation. Wow. Here's what could happen. Here's what's we don't know. So, but
like head and shoulders, Toby, huh?
It's a Head and Shoulders, absolutely. Everything's a Head and Shoulders. But
change shampoo.
But yeah, so
Nuclear Herbs, you can stick around for this. We don't expect you to, but you're welcome to. You might learn something. But
if you hear me snoring, just mute me.
Let's do TA with Toby.
It's the
That's at the end.
Man.
Now for the lowest of charts.
Yes. So where's the screen?
The highest of stake.
Where's the screen?
I don't know, dude. What are we doing here? Let me see. Make sure that all my Papa. I saw that thing about the exploit, so I went ahead and installed brand new MetaMasks on all of my browsers. And I can get my seed phrases right before the stream. So I just want to make sure the windows were closed.
No, that was not the way to do it.
It's not the way. He's joking. He's joking with us.
Right. I joke. I kid. All right, let's see what we got here. This is
Big arrows.
Those are my big arrows, and they hit, and now we're a little below them. But anyhow, this is Bitcoin, as we've discussed before. The Bitcoin chart, ascending white parallel channel, has been going on all the way back since at the very late, the least, the highs in 2017, way back there. Trust me, it's there somewhere. If I can get the chart to drag. And basically, we came up here to the top, blah, blah, blah. We all know this. This is stuff we all know. And we fell out of the channel. We made the full measured move down. We bounced off of that a little bit. And we're just kind of chopping around here in the mid 80s to see if we can get back in that channel and start making our way back up to the top side of this line. Obviously, we're not going to hit a new all-time high in April, so it's not exactly a repeat of the 4-year cycle, because in April of 21, that's when we hit our last all-time high, or the first of two in that cycle. So I kind of played with the fractal a little bit here, and I moved it like it should technically be here. So obviously, we're doing the exact opposite of what this chart would have shown.
Hey Toby, isn't this chart like you peaking in the 80s?
Dude, Papa, I don't think I ever peaked, bro. I just missed it. I just missed my window. I don't know. Something happened. But anyhow, so we got, although my hair, boy, howdy, I'll show you some pictures sometime. I had they call it what is it? The Kentucky waterfall. Business in front, party in the back. Boy, a 1980s mullet like none you'd ever seen.
Hockey hair, baby. Hockey hair for the win.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So anyhow, we're just kind of chopping around here. We fell out of that channel. We made the full measured move, which is, again, shows you that these patterns do play out, working our way back up, and it's all based on news, sentiments of the broader markets. I know like the Fed news that came out yesterday was interpreted as bullish by many, and that the recession is like, oh, maybe not. So we'll see if the news continues to improve, and then we should kind of curve our way up here. And, I've heard people say like the 4-year cycle's broken, blah, blah, blah. I think it's just pushed out a little. It's like, I think, we're not going to get our top, obviously, in April for Bitcoin. I don't think we've already topped and it's over. I absolutely do not think that. I think, maybe instead of getting a double top, where it topped in April and tops again in November, everything is just kind of shifted, maybe 3 to 6 months, something like that. So maybe we get a top in late summer.
But isn't the news of the day that the quantitative tightening, basically the Fed's pivoting and turning on the money printers, as they do in Europe allegedly too now, so that shifts the whole sentiment, could shift the whole sentiment?
Sure.
I've never heard Toby give a brief answer to anything.
Continue.
Sure. Okay.
Continue.
World first.
So moving right along, let's start off, and I've actually got the right chart up this time, with HEX, the original Hex, the one and only, the firstborn, Richard's true love. Of course, Peter from Kvechnia, his favorite of all the hexes, HEX. So this typically has been one of the stronger charts for months and months now, and we are falling out of the channel that we're in. So now I'm not too terribly concerned. However, there is some interesting confluence, right? So we've got this descending white parallel channel that's been going on all the way since all-time high back in September of 21. Lots of touches on the tops and the bottom to confirm that. Rode down the bottom and started working our way back up in September. We formed this yellow channel that was confirmed. I've got my fractal in here. I'm not going to drone on about the fractals. You guys have all heard my thoughts on that. It's like a crystal ball, and you're looking through it to read tarot cards. It's a guess. It's interesting when it lines up. Right now, not so much. Kind of like the Bitcoin thing, where we're literally doing the opposite. So it's like the inverse Kramer fractal is what's happening. So the fractals are kind of dog shit at the moment. Not to say that there won't be another one later that matches up and is fun to talk about. For now, we had the recent FUD, and the disappointment in the broader markets also kind of helped push everything down. We have broken the bottom of this yellow channel, and here's where the confluence is, which is, don't puke. The measured move of that, because remember from all of our lessons here with TA with Toby 1, The measured move is the height of the channel. So that's this vertical yellow line. So if this is a sustained breakdown and we do the full measured move, it could take a while to get there, which actually is kind of even worse. But the full measured move on EHEX takes us down to 3 zeros and a 5.
Yay, so, we did it.
Not great, right? And yeah. No, not dancing that. No. So, but the interesting part to me is the confluence. It would actually bring us right back down, and we'd be testing the bottom of this channel one more time. So, yeah. So hopefully that's not the case, and it's just like we've had these before, where it'll kind of like dip below. We had it right here. Like right here's one where it was like a little bit of a bear trap. Like people, we had this big wick down. And then people were like, "Oh God, we're going to dump. It's falling out of the patterns, yeah." And then wham, we just had a huge spike up, and we left all those bears behind in the trap, right? So it could be a situation like that again. I'm on a 3-day already, so we had one 3-day candle already closed below, which is like not great.
Yeah, but the candles are not that big. It's not that dramatic. I think.
Okay, so I could use. Yeah, I mean, it's not like giant capitulation candles, but it's like a death by 1,000 cuts, right? So it's like it could be a situation where we just kind of grind down, and we got a month, right? We got a month until we have like some clarity on what's going on with the SEC thing. Is that going to make a significant difference in the charts? I don't know. I really feel like it's more about the broader markets than it is about whatever little news is happening in our ecosystem. Obviously, it can have some effects. The pDAI stuff, like the panic and the people. Running for the exits, whatever. All those things can have an impact, but we are not going to melt faces as long as the broader market is sideways and down, and wait until we get to the ETH chart, and you'll see what I'm talking about. We have to wait. We have to wait our turn. It just is what it is. It's like as much as we think we're all the biggest swinging dicks in the room in the HEX community, Bitcoin rules the day, and Ethereum's got to shoot its shot. Once those things happen, and I've been saying this forever, it's like we got to wait for those things to happen. Whether Sack Daddy rotates funds or not, it's a secondary conversation. Once those things happen, alt season is going to do its thing. If we are truly one of the better alts out there and a lot of this FUD is gone, I love for the Finland thing to go away. Hopefully by April 20th, we don't have to ever even mention the word SEC again, right? SEC. That's that.
Come on, hurry up, man.
That's it. Yeah, so anyhow, see you later, Herbs. I was wondering how long I could keep you. So, all right. So now moving right along to the new HEX, right? The new and improved.
Original, by the way. Okay.
What's that? Who's what?
The original HEX.
The original HEX on Pulsechain.
The real HEX.
We'll do that. All right. So basically, we already fell out of this yellow ascending channel a while ago. I mean, that was back in the end of February. And then we started working our way down, and it became apparent that, hey, maybe we're now in a new descending white parallel channel. And we pretty much stayed right there. We're just a little bit below it. So, I mean, like if we were going to, do the same thing and say, all right, well, what's the measured move down on this one? If this is a sustained breakdown, it's going to take us near all-time lows. So all-time lows is
takes us to parity.
We did it.
0029. So, well, it would take us where we are now with, or close to where we are with EHEX. But anyhow, once again, confluence, it could be that we're going to retest the all-time low. And you'll see here in just a moment that Pulse did indeed make a new all-time low. So, and then you'll see what happens when you have wicks like that to the upside and the downside. Typically, it's kind of like it's like dipping its toe in, it's testing the waters. So when you see a big capitulation wick like that, like here's one, for example, you see this big wick down, and then we got this nice big bounce up. It's like, oh, wow, how strong is our little token? It's like, I just sound like that for a second. It's like, look at our little token, the little inch of the could. And it's like, and yeah, sure, bullshit. And then what happened? It ground down, and it went and tested those levels again. And it just took from December to March to do it. So when you have those big dips like that, it's like pretty good indication that you're going to go test that again and then kind of decide, all right, are we going to keep going in that direction, or are we going to reverse? So far, we did that whole move from back in December, and we tested it and kept on going south. So we'll see what happens. This could be a situation where we're going to retest the all-time lows on all the RH tokens. I hate to be so bearish, but we gotta be realistic at what's possible. Am I saying it's going to happen? No, I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. I have no idea what's going to happen, but this is just
be a man. Just say it's gonna happen. Okay.
Make it
I'm not being a
happen.
man. It's like
Right.
nobody knows. Anybody that tells you they know, it's like run from that person because nobody fucking knows.
Well, we saw
agree.
Head and Shoulders.
Yeah,
There
dude,
it
you
is.
see those everywhere. Do you like freak out in the shower and you're like, oh my god, Head and Shoulders?
Yeah,
It's like
it's my favorite shampoo.
walking into the garage. Oh god, Head and Shoulders. It's like they're everywhere.
Cup and handle.
So yeah, right.
I don't drink coffee because of that.
Dreaming of shitty chart patterns that rarely play out. Okay, so oh god, is that Head and Shoulders? Oh man, everybody hold on. All right, so here's the pulse chart, right?
The cup
Blah,
and the handle.
blah, blah, blah. So
I see an upside down M.
okay, we're reaching for straws here. So basically, we had the big orange parallel descending channel that had been playing out basically since the beginning, right? I was measuring this off of the bottom of the candle body. Like typically, you get more accurate predictions of movement and ranges by measuring off of bodies, not wicks. Wicks are
That's
not
what she said.
exactly. So anyhow, the wick down took us to our previous all-time low of 00002766. That was the all-time low, in my opinion. It's a tick. That means somebody bought and somebody sold at that price. That's how you got that printed. There were people prior to us even hitting that saying, oh God, we got a new all-time low. And then saying, well, technically we did not. And it matters, right?
It's just a retest.
Well, no, we are beyond that now. Sorry, Peter, to be even more bearish than you, sir. But not to take your thunder, and maybe I will be the new king of Kvechnia by the time this is all over. But effectively, what you can see here is I've got this new dashed red line because that's the new all-time low. The new all-time low, we wicked down to that a day or two ago, and that is congratulations, everyone. We did it.
Well played.
0.2375. So that's the new all-time low. We wicked down to it. We did get a nice bounce off of it. And then we're coming back up around currently the previous all-time low, which was the 2766. So we're right in that range now. So it could be a situation where it's just like a quick wick down, scare the shit out of everybody. Now we're going to build a base here and start working our way back up. If not, I don't even want to do the measure.
And it go negative.
And you're going down. It could. Kind of like Luna. It's like
What we call in the business
It's noon here. And I want to
capitulation.
start drinking after listening to the Toby.
Yeah. So I know, right? So what I'm really hoping,
I'm drinking now.
we can kind of play around with this too. This is kind of fun. Maybe we'll like live on stream, see if it lines up. Hey, how about them apples? Okay, so you see here where I had it on the bottom of the body candle on the first week or the first daily, 3-day, weekly. This is weekly candles. So I had it on the daily close of that candle, or the weekly close of the body of that candle. So I'm just going to drag this down to see if the previous low wick lines up with this one. And interesting. So
measured move.
Hey, we didn't pull out the channel guys. I just moved it a little bit, and we're considering wicks now because we're that fucking desperate. So anyhow, so basically this could be a situation where now we're playing off the wick that we just wicked down to, and then that's it. Maybe we come down here and play around at those levels and retest again and work our way back up. Hard to say. Typically, you're going to get some consolidation after a big move up or down. So you kind of like chop sideways and then make a move back up high. Ideally, we'd like a reversal, right? If this is a Head and Shoulders, guys, it made pretty much the full move of what that Head and Shoulders would have been. I don't think that that's technically Head and Shoulders, but if you want to play that game, then technically
Done told you.
So you done told me. That's right. So if you got dandruff and you like Head and Shoulders, ta-da, there you go. So hopefully we can get turned back around here. I was hopeful that stuff would be happening for Bitcoin in April. We would follow suit shortly thereafter, just on the bullish sentiment. We're not there yet. So, like Papa asks me after every fucking phone call, Toby, are we going to make it? It's like, I swear to God, that's not a joke. That he asked me that at the end of every call.
I need positive affirmation every
And the thing is and I tell him, I'm like, bro, nothing's different. The 4-year cycle is not broken. I'm like, if this was happening in September, I would be much
Let me reveal what you really say.
Oh.
Yeah, of course. Well, maybe, but definitely, but possibly, but yes, and no, maybe not. And I don't know what to tell you, bro. Click.
Right. I know. It's like I think what I told you last time was call me in August. Click. You know, it's like
going into a chemical-induced coma until August.
Oh God, right? Please.
All right, let's go. We lost 10 viewers on YouTube already.
Dude, we lost more than that, DJ. So moving over to Pulse. Go ahead. Yes, please.
Why not the measured move on the channel?
Let's do it. All right. So if you want to do the full measured move on the big one, let's do the big one.
Now, for any of you kids, don't try this shit at home. This is highly trained.
The big daddy move.
What's that? What's that Nietzsche quote? There's a Nietzsche quote. It's like, thoughts of suicide have gotten me through many a dark night.
The art of...
Okay, so anyhow, no jokes about suicide. All right, so hey, let's do the measured move. All right, so if we break down and we do the full measured move of the entire pattern, which is all the way back to the beginning of the launch of Pulsechain, that will take us down to, Peter, I know this is going to bring a smile to your face.
8 zeros and a 1.
Oh, I'm buying down there.
5 zeros, 3 5.
I'm buying down there for sure.
And it basically, from the new all-time low, it would be another dump of 85%. So it'd kind of be like Luna. Where like, remember Richard tweeted about that? It's like, I didn't start to go down more than 99%. It was like 99%, 99%, 99%.
Yeah. This is
so yeah, that would suck. That would not be good.
He tweets about Tesla more these days. So.
I think we'd be a little more concerned about our energy costs for our validators if we were that low, right? So
even with solar,
maybe 10%.
Moving right along, man. I'm trying to find something to feel bullish about. So PulseX, this has always been one of the stronger charts. HEX and obviously has been one that's held up really well. Over time, it's starting to dip down a little bit. I'm hoping that that's a bear trap when we start to move our way back up. The liquidity is really thin over there. People can make moves on Ethereum a lot easier. Not everybody knows that you got the bridge. Is it working yet on Rabby? I don't know. So I think HEX could be a leading indicator. I think if HEX starts moving first, it could be like a little tip of the hat. Like, hey guys, hold on to your belt buckles because we're getting ready to do-si-do back around here with all the bullshit. So keep an eye on HEX. It could be first mover, right? So anywho, PulseX. So we were kind of desperate with this one too. We had the orange descending parallel channel. And we're like, hey, let's throw a yellow line on the bottom of this. Maybe it's a triangle, right? Well, interestingly enough, we wick down to the triangle just below and then back into the triangle. So the triangle could still be a valid situation here. The white channel, which we most definitely have broken down from, if we do the full measured move of that actually takes us below the bottom of the orange channel that we had been working with before. And it would be approaching its all-time low, which is way down here at 507. So if we're going off of Wix, then, we've got a real doozy, a real gross one, real gnarly. Like bag over her head, like hide her in the trunk. Ugly.
And everybody promenade.
I'm not doing the move. I'm not doing the dance move on that one. Sorry. All right. So, so basically, I think that PulseX, it's got a good narrative. It's where everything kind of happens. I don't know that we're going to work our way back down to the bottom of this orange channel. I could very well be wrong. If we do that move, like I was saying, it looks like, did I measure this channel right? Yeah, it's right. If that's the breakdown, it's actually going to take us below the bottom. So there's no confluence there. Like when it lines up and it's like, okay, boom, we're going to break down from that one. It takes us right to the next one. Then that gets me a little nervous because it lines up almost like too pretty and shit like that plays out. Right. So what I'm thinking is that this triangle might be the more solid pattern to be paying attention to. And a little bit of hopium. I got to have some in this fucking stream, right? Basically, it's a symmetric triangle, orange top line, yellow bottom line. We've got multiple hits on the bottom and the top. So this is kind of confirming that pattern, right? If we stay within this and don't roll out of it, and then we're back in this channel, and God help us all. Triangles usually break out by about the 80% mark. So if you're going to look at this and say, okay, how long is this triangle? Boom, boom. It is 1,000 bars, 1,000 days, right? So around the 800-day mark is the 80% mark. So that would put us that puts us in July, smack in the middle of the summer, when I'm hoping some stuff's going to happen. So what could very well happen is that we end up, can I do my Sami squiggle? So basically, it could be a situation where we're here, and then we're here, and then we're here, and then we're here, and we break out in July. Happy Independence Day to the moon, right? So that could be a situation that we see play out. It'll be real interesting to see if it does. But that's a little bit more bullish sentiment of a possibility with Pulsex at least. Moving last but not least to Ink, the baby boy of the family, the clown. Everybody loves it. I know.
Come on.
I almost quit Twitter. All right, I almost pulled a Johnny Chaos and just fucking said,
Yeah, you did. What happened? And then a day later,
I was so bummed out about the SEC thing, but we can talk about that.
And then pDAI happened, right?
No, I'm so excited. No, it's like that was just by happenstance. No, everybody's so fucking funny, and there's so many great people in this community, and I'm like, you know what, this is bullshit. It's like, maybe I won't be as involved on X anymore, but I got to at least come on with you idiots and do this stuff once a week, which is always a highlight. Believe it or not, appreciate it. I'm a glutton for punishment, obviously. I mean, I'm a Hexican, so it all goes together. All right. So what is this shit? This is fucking Ink, right? So we got the Ink channel, blah blah blah. I told you
the clownfish
that we'd be around $1.50 is what we're trying to hold on to there. And what did we do? We went right down to it. That's the bottom of the channel. We wicked below it right now. We're back in at the moment. So this seems pretty decent. Hey, Peter, you want to see the measured move down?
Show it to me.
Let's do it. All right. So let's get real negative. All right.
It looks like Rackham is defending this channel.
We got, right on. Come on, Rackham. So here's the dealio. We got confluence. And what's the confluence with? All-time lows. So if we were to break down right around this area, it's going to take us back down to around that 40-cent range. Briz, back up the truck, buy some more ink, bro. If it hits 40 cents again, I know I would. But hopefully that's not the direction we're going, and we're going to turn around and start working our way back up into this channel. We'll see what happens. There's no confirmed breakdown here like there are on some of the other charts. And that's about it, unless you guys want to take a quick look at ETH. ETH, interestingly enough, the fractal's kind of doing the thing. So like the fractal showed that we'd have like a little V-shaped recovery here, which we have. We've given some of that back in the last 3-day candle. We're 2 days into or 1 day into the 3-day candle. So 1 day of the 3-day candle, we're down a little bit. So we got 2 days left on that. It could turn back around and go green, and then work our way back up into the channel. If God
it's backing up the truck, I get it.
The truck loaded.
If God hears my prayers, then maybe we start moving back into this channel, get up around the midline sometime in May. Maybe by May. But I mean, it'd be a pretty parabolic run. I mean, something very, very good. Like I don't know, Vitalik would have to maybe pull his head out of his ass or something and start sending out some postcards. And then, yeah. So that could get us theoretically up to around $4,000. Sack Daddy's in profit by about $1.50. And then if we follow the fractal, we'd be back down and below, and then back up here again, and then top out around 40.
Bottom is in on the sack wallets. We got another super chat from our friend Fast Abdul. That's 200,000. What is that?
Is
Indian
it Indian rupee?
That's our friends. Really? Are they?
Well, there was also some
party products.
More
Dylan, hey, did anybody ask him? We need to get Fast.
Yeah, there was some controversy about his ink printer.
And I would really love to hear his thoughts
and some dumperonis going on. But apparently it's all under control. It's all safe now.
I mean, like his 2 fucks thing, has seemed to be working as designed. So, I like Fast Abdul. And hopefully this ink printer thing is a success. We'll see.
Mm-hmm. Like everything else on Pulsechain.
It's all dog shit.
all them
nice
joints.
It's all dog shit. See you later.
but it's from dog shit. Okay, such dog shit that great weeds can grow.
Yeah.
Okay,
right.
I'm blocking all you fucking people. Don't ever ask me back on this show again.
Dude, I'm tapped out, bro.
This is the most depressing fucking show I've ever been on.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Wait for the green room if you want real abuse.
Oh my god.
It's like listening to the blues. It makes you feel happier in some weird, fucked up way, right?
Yeah, I feel like going to grab some bleach and drinking that.
Dude, I think, but you know, honestly, I mean, I know I'm like the nauseatingly optimistic guy that just like always like looking for the silver lining to however shitty the cloud is. But we got to do this, right? We got to suffer the lows of the low. It's got to be where everybody is like ready to tap. Like everybody's like, I'm done. This fucking sucks. I don't like. Here's a weird one. I got pulled over today because my registration has been expired since 2023. I've been driving around with an expired registration for a year and a half.
Everyone, time to go.
Shout out to the DMV.
My Richard Hart vanity plate is no more because basically I waited so long since I got my registration. I had to get a new plate. So I'm like, oh wow, I'm going to be taking off my RH token, plate that I had, and it felt really weird. And I'm like, well, maybe this is maybe in my weird brain, it's like, maybe that's a bottom signal, right? It's like I'm no longer driving around with like hex on my bumper or whatever. And it's, I don't know. I think psychologically we all have to kind of get to this capitulation. I think, wise investors are not going to actually capitulate. Anybody selling at these levels, God bless you, good luck. Because I think that it could be the most regrettable decision of your life.
The stupidest thing,
in my opinion, right? I mean,
if you can mint pDAI, then just say.
I mean, if you think that you can sell and buy back lower and like nail it, hey, go for it. If you want to take those chances, but more often than not, traders fucking get wrecked. So it's like, my opinion is DCA. If you got any dry powder left, it's like I've got a little bit that I've got from these fucking loans, not financial advice. That I'm going to continue to buy some of this blood, right? Because I think in the long run it's going to pay off fucking huge. And not financial advice.
You had the chance to end the show. You had the chance.
I want to see a pDAI chart. Do you have a pDAI?
Oh, you want to do pDAI? We can try. Yeah. Let's see here.
For the last time we'll look at it.
For the last time ever. All right, I got to go back to
the 5-minute chart.
The 5-minute chart,
if you may. Clicks on what the hex.
It's my what the hex folder. What the hex folder up there. Do I have anything porny or anything? No, I don't have any porn on this computer. All right. So let's go to watch list. Okay, don't judge me. Every time I do this, I feel like people are going to judge me because it's like I got all kinds of lists of shit I watch. I'm not invested in all this garbage.
Order in the court. You are judged.
All right, there's pDAI, and I'll see if I've got any drawings on here.
Yeah. You got anything with a green candle at the end? This is really depressing.
Man.
Delete that note.
Green candles are sold out.
Invert the chart, God damn it.
My God.
Invert, zoom
Click
out.
log.
So it's on log. It's on log. It's on log. So, and this is against DAI. So this is against basically dollars, right? Whereas I know, and man, I mean, I don't know what's going on with Sami. It's like he's willing to die on this hill, but
he is.
I don't know about all that. And quite frankly, I think it's good. I think it's good. Anybody that gave a shit, and there will be none of you, that would go back and listen to us talk about pDAI in the past. I know that most of us, I know I was very neutral on it. Like, hey, if it brings adoption of the chain and people come and do it, great. But Richard Hart's not behind this thing. The chances of him being behind it are like near zero. And to lean into that narrative is going to bite you in the ass. And that's exactly what's happened. So in a way, it's like tearing the Band-Aid off. And now it's free to be its thing, right? It can be as gay and free as it wants and skip along and do whatever fucking meme token it wants to be on the chain along with the others. And God bless it. And quite frankly, if that's the case and it does take on this life of its own as kind of like a mascot for Pulsechain and like, pegging and all that bullshit, it doesn't have to stop at $1. Maddie and I talked about this way back when I was still in the game theory game. It's like you're limiting its upside by saying that it's going to peg. Because then what happens at $1? Everybody fucking sells it because it's pegged to $1, right? No, it's like now it's free to go fucking ape shit. Maybe it goes to $50. I don't know, but I'm really, really glad that Richard finally created some distance from himself in this bullshit. And I get why he has to be obtuse with his language, but I think ultimately for the pDAI enthusiasts out there, I got a bag, I'm hanging on to it. Why sell it at this fucking point, right? It's like it was a speculative play. We'll see if it does something. I'm not buying anymore. And And I know a lot of people that are in that mindset. So we'll see what happens with it. I think it'll be fun to watch.
Nothing good.
But I mean, it seems to me like I feel bad for Sami because I feel like he's really put himself out there a lot lately.
Sami has some syndrome.
Well, Sami's drinking the Kool-Aid. I mean, he's doing it from a fire hose. Like he's definitely down the decentralized me guys.
Hey, enough about Sami. He's
Yes.
my friend.
He's my friend too.
He's not my friend anymore.
He's just Sami to you.
You're not even
He's
on
my
Twitter.
friend
Fuck
Sami.
off.
Your friend Sami.
pDAI, there it is. See, pDAI
I like
out.
passive
Who
duels.
knows? There's no
Yeah,
upside.
pDAI
No downside.
to a grand.
Thanks,
Yeah, it can
Pat.
go to $3.
So, I mean, if we wanted to do, it could go to fucking $1 billion. I don't know. Things
Let's
do
start the
weird.
narrative.
I mean, we can
Please,
try to do a
please.
little charter room
DJ,
here.
take us
All
out
right,
of
we
here,
we can end on a positive note. Let's check in real quick with your president, who had today an appearance at the Digital Asset Summit 2025. Let's
All
listen
right.
in.
We're ending the last administration's regulatory war on crypto and
Yes.
Bitcoin, and that includes stopping the lawless Operation Choke Point 2.0. Operation Choke Point went beyond regulation, and I mean far beyond. It was a form of lawfare through government weaponization. Frankly, it was a disgrace. But as of January 20th, 2025, all of that is over. We're ending the
That's right. Nuclear Herbs, what do you say?
I love it, because the only way that any case like that against Richard survives is if you do it under the Howey test, right? So the SEC has to proceed on this case trying to prove that it's a security under Howey. If the new policy is we're ending regulation by enforcement, and we're just going to move on to implementing actual policy instead of trying to shoehorn a digital assets case into a 80-year-old Orange Groves case. I think we're in pretty good shape. So I like where that's headed. I like hearing the policy coming out of the White House and the SEC. So this is another reason why I stay. I just don't see the SEC thinking this is a good idea to participate any further in this case. I mean, realistically, he could announce a policy in 2 months from now and then throw it in legislation, and you could literally rug pull the SEC's case, right? I mean, if they decide that in order to become a security that the SEC has jurisdiction over, it has to meet these criteria, and if let's say HEX Pulsechain doesn't meet any of those criteria, this case is over anyway. They got to withdraw it, right?
Yeah.
So why stay on and take the chance that you're going to get rug pulled anyway? The statute of limitations, by the way. Well, I guess I would have said that the statute of limitations, if they had been smarter and withdrew this before the ruling, the statute of limitations would have given them the opportunity to refile at some point. But if it gets dismissed pursuant to this court's order, it should be a dismissal with prejudice, and they can't bring anything back no matter what. No, even in a new administration, which is something.
How much is the statute of limitations for?
It's going to be 10 on
white
this
collar.
It'll be 10 on securities claims.
10 years, okay.
Yeah, so if you look at things like, hey, they ended the SEC ended their investigation into Consensus or Robinhood or whatever like that. That's great and all, but what happens when the next administration comes back in and decides to do shit again, right? I mean, can they open it? Yeah, it's going to be within the statute of limitations. So why, we actually seem to be in a better position if we can get this dismissal entered with prejudice. We're going to be in a much better position than a lot of those other.
That's what we want exactly, because the XRP, on Wednesday they just withdrew from that, which doesn't necessarily mean, as you say, in the new administration,
that's going to be a little different. That will
actually
that'll have an end date on it, so they won't be able to bring that one back either. But straight up investigations like Uniswap and Robinhood and whatever else like that, those can be reopened at some point if a new commissioner, if the new commissioners vote to do so.
So better to invest a little bit more time right now, as much as it sucks, but get it right, basically.
Sadly, yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, there you have it, guys.
We're gonna make it.
I think it's good. I mean, I think it's good. It's like people. I mean, and I think Nuclear Herbs, God bless you for being part of this community and such a great voice of reason amongst all
the only one.
Yeah, we apologize for
it's
the
really
choice.
easy for everyone to get hyperbolic about things and have unrealistic expectations, and you rein it in to the upside and the downside. It's like you've always helped keep it level, and I really appreciate that because I mean, as silly as I can be sometimes, I always try to be a mediating voice.
Thanks though. Like, I mean, that was I told Crypto 7 last week on stream, like that was my entire goal, is to try to keep people calm and you know, and kind of give them a perspective that they may not have, so they don't run around jumping off of ledges and shit. Me, all I gotta do is take a couple of Xanax a day and I'm good. But and then you get the nice calm nuclear herbs. But I'm kidding, kind of.
Throw me a couple of those, will you?
It wasn't a couple; it was a handful.
Yeah, it was down real good with you know, tequila. So, but yeah, no. But I thank you for that though, because that really means a lot. That was my stated goal from the beginning, and you know, I'm glad that people saw it, you know, for what I was trying to do. So cool.
Oh, absolutely. And, and thank you for coming on again with us here.
Your uncomfortably long hug is still coming when we meet in real life.
So I'll take it. Whatever.
Ooh,
people are going to look back at this, and they're all going to be like, "Holy moly! Can you imagine buying?" You know, during like the spring and early summer of 2025 when it was that low. I mean, I really feel like that's going to be like the clippable moment. Like everyone's going to go back and like, holy shit. It's like everybody was like screaming and pulling their hair out. And that was the time to fucking keep buying, you know? So yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. The victory lap's going to be that much sweeter. It's like, I have no doubt.
Hope you're right, man. I really do.
All right, guys, that's all the time we have. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Seven's in the chat. Richard Hart, we still love you. And
put your Glock away, bro. No need to resort to violence.
And let's get out of here. Where's the outro?
Bye, everybody.